Does this abomination look familiar?
No.
No one asked you. This is my dad's PC. You may remember it from a past video where somebody forgot to remove the plastic little cover off of the heatsink, and my dad was like, hey, it's overheating, and I said, why is it overheating? It's because we never checked the heatsink when we bought it. We bought it used off Facebook Marketplace, and somebody used to be a CyberPower PC, and somebody replaced it with a bunch of crazy components and stuff. Elephant in the room. Not your mother, she's busy. This is the elephant in the room. That is not the elephant. The elephant in the room, these drives. This isn't ideal, okay? And it's time to transplant it into this bad boy.
Wow.
Yes, this is the Be Quiet Pure Base 300, baby. It is more fitting to my dad's style. My dad doesn't really care for RGB. He just likes stuff simple, and nothing is better than the Be Quiet Pure Base 300. Most importantly, it has spaces for the drives. That's why we got this case.
Is that what that is?
I know it looks like a drug stash. It's not. It's actually for the 2 DVD drives. Now, in this day and age of everything costing too much and being overpriced, and you can't really get anything, motherboards, NVMEs, RAM, video cards, you can't get anything. Well, what you can get is a case. That's the only thing that's affordable now. So that's what we got. We got a case. Actually, Be Quiet sent us the case. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna transplant all these goodies into the new case. It's gonna be an exciting video, I promise. Obviously, the first thing we need to do is take care of these. So this was an act of desperation. That's how they were held on. Velcro. That's how my life is held together.
The Velcro?
Velcro. It worked. It's worked for 7 years now. Not a bad job.
It's not that long.
7 inches is not that long to Lupe. 7 years is long to the rest of us. I do want to keep this case though. I don't think this is a bad case. The airflow is pretty garbage. It's an old CyberPower case. Again, we got it off Facebook Marketplace for like $1. And we've since upgraded some things in there. Obviously, if we knew it was gonna go to my dad, we would have got one with 2 DVD drive bays. Physical media doesn't exist anymore. You will own nothing and you'll be happy. Now, if you're new to PCs and PC building and you don't have the money to actually build a PC, which nobody really has the money to build a PC, this is a tip. Go to your local electronics recycler and just grab any computer, maybe grab 2 computers, and just try to swap parts. That's the best way you can learn of like the actual Legos system, so that you won't be afraid to push RAM in, because if it breaks, well, let's be real, that computer's probably not gonna have RAM if you get it from the recycler, right?
Not anymore.
Yeah, not anymore. Get a computer from 1992. Maybe that'll have RAM in it.
If it's still around.
If it's still around. It's probably on eBay, going for way more than it's worth. But what I'm trying to say is that taking apart a computer is the easiest way to learn how to rebuild a computer. Taking apart something is always easier than putting it back together. But it is a true test of your skills, and you get to kind of hone your skills doing that. That's how we all learn, that's how I learned, that's how Lupe learned.
Test your patience, baby.
It'll definitely test your patience. You know what also tests my patience, Lupe? Screwdrivers that suck. Which is why I have a screwdriver that doesn't suck, thanks to Linus Tech Tips. LTT Precision Screwdriver, check it out. Use my discount code, lttstore.com/Salem. Okay, we're gonna start by these 2 screws right here. Actually, there's 3 screws, but there should be 4 screws. This panel acts as a little air, oh good thing I have a magnetic screwdriver tip, thanks to LTT. It's the LTT Precision Screwdriver.
Yes.
It acts as like a little spoiler for the air to direct it.
Wow.
Yeah, as you can see, it works.
Has gooch.
It's my dad's gooch. Obviously, the first thing I want to remove is the most expensive, that graphics card. That guy needs to go. Besides the RAM, this thing needs to go. You don't want to handle anything around this computer without first getting rid of that graphics card. Can you see that latch in my poorly lit office space?
Barely.
Yes, exactly. So that latch really sucks. Whatever you do, don't use a screwdriver on that latch. I prefer to use a toothbrush. Unclip, side to side, comes right out. I use a wooden toothbrush, not a metal toothbrush. You don't want to damage anything. So the next thing you want to do is disconnect every single cable you see. And in this case, we have a... Are you admiring my posters?
Yeah, man, I really like that Beetleborg.
Beetleborg.
These fine additions to my collection. Displate was kind enough to send over some premium metal posters, Star Wars themed, of course, to add some Jedi swag to the Salem Tech Galaxy. I developed quite the collection of disc plates over the years because how could I not support over 40,000 independent artists and over 200 licensed designs? Especially when they are such high quality prints and have these awesome 3D texture designs. Whether you're rebel scum like me or imperial swine like this guy, you don't have to worry about unrolling a paper poster that will never stay flat or punching holes in the immaculate wall that you don't own. Just slap the magnet mounts wherever you want and use the force to hang them up. Best part for me is that I can rearrange them however I want without worrying about ripping paint off. The best part for you is my discount code. Just use the link in the description or my code SALEM to get these sick deals. Not only will you be saving money, but you'll be directly helping out my channel. And a genuine thank you for Displate for making such awesome products. Disconnect every single cable you see. Every single cable you see, disconnect it. Every one. And be very careful. But remember, if you're working on a trash PC, you don't have to be careful. Well, I mean, if it's actually a trash PC, if it's your friend's PC that you call trash, don't treat it like trash.
Yes.
All our cables are out. Look how easy that was.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow, that magnet's good. Wow. Look. That's a good magnet.
Yes.
So obviously now we can't remove the motherboard because we have this big old fan in the way. So we're gonna remove that fan. Oh. Where's this fan connect? The only way to answer that is to undo the back.
That's what she said.
Oh, wow. That's a dusty girl.
Yes.
Oh, geez. This is safe to breathe in. I think before we go any further, we will clean it out. I think that's a good idea. What the f? I didn't even know he had that.
Wow.
Okay, let's clean this baby out before we do anything else.
5 minutes later.
All clean. Now, there are a few reasons you'd want to swap cases. Obviously, this reason is functional. We can't function properly with this case, so we're moving to another case. Also, if the temps were bad, if you had to settle with a case when you were doing your build and you didn't get the case that you wanted, or you just don't like the way it looks, that's completely fine. Cosmetically, you want something that looks different, treat yourself. You can't buy anything else right now, so you might as well buy a case. For my dad, it was functional, and we wanted something that was stealth, something that was old school. It was just a computer, no fancy pants, RGB stuff, which is why we got the Be Quiet Pure Base. Now that all our wires are disconnected, we're gonna tackle the octopus of the cords, which is the PSU. This is where all your cords come from. And this is where all your pain is gonna come from. Because trying to wire all these cords and these cables can be a little difficult. Now, how does this power supply come out? Just like that, I guess.
Wow.
Yeah, I noticed that there's something right here.
That's nothing.
What do you think that is, Lupe?
Nothing at all.
Nothing. We'll trust Lupe on this one.
Mm-hmm. Take my advice.
If you want more advice, subscribe to Lupe GU1.
Yes. Patreon, YouTube, Kick, Twitch.
You're on Kick?
Yes.
Okay, so what's going on here? Ah, that's what we did, Lupe. That's what it was. We took the front panel off to run the cables through when we were plugging in his DVD drives up top.
Fancy.
Yes, the opposite of fancy. Very jank. See that vacuum of nothingness where those fans are? That's how we ran the cables all the way up to the DVD drives. Okay, this panel pops right off, and again, we're greeted by more of Daisy's gooch, but this is the easiest way to get these SATA cables. Are these the longest SATA cables you've ever seen?
It's the longest I've ever seen.
Yeah? I'm not gonna touch these fans. Again, we're gonna reuse this case, so those fans are perfectly fine there. And look at this engineering, huh? Look at that engineering. Give me credit where credit is due. Thank you. And now we can start tackling that power supply. And remember, ladies and gentlemen, if it doesn't come out because it's getting stuck, what do we do, Lupe?
Keep on pulling until it comes loose.
Pull harder, exactly. And here's our power supply that is gonna get cleaned. Like new.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Another SATA cable. So that's what, how many in total? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, perhaps 6. Oh.
Wow.
7.
That's cute.
Yep. Thankfully, it's time for the main event, removing the motherboard. So the motherboard usually has 69 screws, and you want to unscrew every single one of them. And if you notice that there's one missing, like I noticed there's one missing right here, I believe it's because that mount is stripped. When me and Lupe tried to do it last time, that mount, the screw would not go in there because it is stripped. We are unscrewed. I'm gonna slowly lift up.
T-Pain chopped and screwed, baby.
I love T-Pain. T-Pain's a good dude.
Who?
Here we are.
That's your thumbnail.
No one watched that. No one watches anything. No one cares about me anymore. I'm old news.
That's what he said.
So I'm gonna gently place my motherboard on yonder. And most importantly, can't forget this, I/O shield. I actually forgot to remove this, so let's do that. I think this is one of those fancy pants ones that just comes up. Look at that.
Wow.
Huh?
Fancy.
That's nice. It's held together by 2 screws and very dusty, so we're gonna dust this guy out. Then we're gonna snap to the be quiet, the case.
1 eternity later.
All right, now this is all buttoned back up. I made sure to put everything, all the loose metal, I put back in here, which is very smart because we have a glass panel. So make sure you're very careful with this, as careful as you can be. Here's the star of the show. Here we are. Woo! Oh, it's sound deadening. We should just buy a bunch of these and hang them up instead of buying sound panels. This is probably cheaper.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
No.
Here, scream into this.
You freaking pricks!
I'm curious about the top here, right? Ah, yes, it is removable. You can remove the top.
Wow.
Yeah. Which I don't think we're going to do. And the back of the case, we have all our good stuff.
Wow.
These are the mounts, I think, for the HDD and stuff. 2 SSD mounts, 3 hard drive mounts, and our 2 DVD bays, which is what we're doing all this for. I reckon we can just slap in the motherboard right now.
Yeah, Sloppy Joe style.
Sloppy seconds. Oh yeah, this is always fun. How many fingers have I/O shields destroyed, you think? You ever sliced yourself in an I/O shield?
Nah, man, my hands ain't that soft.
Calloused. I like it. He's a man's man. Now, if you wonder why your motherboard won't fit correctly, it's because you didn't remove the USB for your wireless mouse.
Yes.
I would never do such a thing, which is why I'm explaining to you what would happen to you if you did that.
The greatest technician that's ever lived.
There we go. We are lined up. As you can see, every single screw hole is lined up. Now, if you're not lined up or you're missing mounts, like you can usually see that you're missing, that means you have to transfer one of the mounts underneath the motherboard. You have to transfer it to one of these because sometimes it comes pre-built for, you know, MTX, and this is an ATX motherboard, so you gotta swap it over. This is an instructional video.
Yes.
All right, now I'm gonna screw shit back together before I start wiring. That's the fun part.
Catch us up the next episode, Dragon Ball Z.
All right, motherboard is in, and I'm having second thoughts. I think we're gonna add another fan. I don't think one fan is gonna be enough because we only have 1 intake, 1 exhaust, and the top is covered. I think we need 2 intakes. Again, my dad doesn't use anything crazy. It's not gonna be getting too hot anyways, too much stress. But I want an intake right here for the CPU, and then intake right down here for the GPU. PSU sits right here, there's no shroud right here. GPU is gonna have cooling, but to properly cool it, I'm gonna remove these 2 hard drive cages because we do not need these right now. These are unnecessary. We only need 1 for the 5.5 inch, and the other one, the SSD, I'm just gonna put on the back because we have 2 spots for an SSD on the back. I like how easy this case is. Look at this. Finger tight, 3 screws, and they don't come out. You don't have to search around for missing screws flopping around. Unfortunately, I could only find an NZXT fan, but don't worry, because I bought this fan.
Yes.
I didn't loan it out. Now, the front panel, I think, comes right off. Oh, I see, there's clips, I got 2 clips, got 3, ouch. Hold on, got another latch. Wait, last one. Look at that. This entire case is packed with sound deadening. Feel that, Lupe. Feel that with your beautiful
so
soft. You like that?
Not really.
While we're in here, we're just gonna pop these 2 out too for the DVDs. So I think these pop out like that. Well, it turns out we didn't have the proper screws for that. Lupe just ripped one. That was a ripper.
It was a chair.
I don't think that was the chair. It doesn't smell like it was the... Oh, God.
Oh, shit. I pooped myself.
What are the odds I respawn in the bathroom? Lupe, you gotta give me a warning, man.
Yes.
So our NZXT fan, the screws didn't mount properly. We're using Height now. Height sent us over a bunch of fans as well with their cases. The Y50 Air, I think it was?
Wow.
Yeah, those cases are awesome. So we're gonna mount this one like this for an intake, and then that's gonna be intake. Exhaust is gonna come out right here. And I think we can keep the top on. Alrighty, now that our fan is in, we can put the front panel back on. I hope this case isn't gonna be restrictive in terms of air. Oh, look at that. That comes out and then it comes up. Oh, you know what? That would alleviate a lot of my concerns right off the bat. If I just pop it out, pop it up. Oh, and now it opens it up.
Yes.
I'm guessing you keep it on if you are not gonna have more front fans, or if you don't need front fans, and you take it off if you are gonna use front fans. It's a cool little design. There it is, yes. Beat it. And this is the fun part of the build. Shoving cords through holes. Oh, so you can get this power supply in there, because we want it to be nice and neat. Thankfully, Be Quiet provides a nice little slot right here, so you can neatly pass through all your cords. And then you shove it in. Now 4 screws for the power supply, and then we start our cable management. This is where I'm very thankful to have tiny raccoon-like fingers, because I can plug that baby in. Look at that, huh? Yeah, only these puppies can do that, baby. Time for our video card. I figured I'd stop the video and show you how to install a video card.
Wow.
Huh? Subscribe for more tips. We're gonna plug this in here, but I need to find a good slot for it. I think I'm gonna have it come up this one right here. And finally, what we all came for, the DVD drives.
What is that?
Velcro.
Nature's best invention.
It's true, you know. Velcro was invented by a guy that was walking through the woods and he got those little sticky, stucky things stuck on him and he was like, wow, how do these work? And then he figured out how they worked and then he made Velcro. Are we flat? We're flat, babes. 1 DVD drive in. We shall screw in a second. Numero dos. Lined up perfectly.
No, it's not.
You're right, it's not. Lined up, wait. Oh, it got moved. Lined up perfectly. Thank you, Lupe, for your hawk eyes, your sense of observation.
In my past life, I was a hawk.
Change of plans, everybody. I'm moving this fan up, and I'm gonna try to put the hard drive in this slot right here, so that all this cold air can go right to the CPU. This cold air can go to the GPU. The hard drive doesn't need to be cooled because it's not being used actively. It's only used for passive storage. Our fan is in position, and that's where our hard drive's gonna go. We're not pinching cables, are we? I don't like being pinched.
I do. Oh.
We shan't forget about our SanDisk 240GB SSD. I have no idea why we have this SSD. I think it was some of the old stuff from the old computer that he used to have. All right, so hard drive is in, SSD is in, SSD is connected, SATA's connected. The 2 DVD drives also connected. Nice and neat, at least as neat as they'll go right now. It's kind of tough to work with these guys. You can't see inside this case anyways. I do want to just make sure it's optimized for airflow though. So yeah, I had to tuck everything as far as I could from over here. So hopefully this fan will just blow the cold air right into here. So now we're gonna hook up our HDD, which is gonna go right here. That's where our SSD went. So now the HDD is gonna go in there as well. Plug it in right there. And I think the best option, we're gonna mimic exactly what we did with this one right here. If we can, there's a little slit right here. Look at that, Lupe, we did it. There we go, we twisted. And we're gonna bend. Man, if you get sausage fingers, this might be a very difficult thing to do. I say it's easy, but you know, it's easy because I have these tiny guys. Now, we'll neaten it up just a little bit. Again, I really don't care because you can't see the back of this. So, and I want to make sure that we have enough space. Yeah, we have enough space, so it's not gonna hit the back of the case right there, which is good. And then this is for the fans. This case has a fan controller button on the front, which I'm just gonna crank to max because my dad doesn't care about noise. You won't even be able to hear this thing anyways. which is ironic that I got a be quiet case when he doesn't care about noise. For the hard drive, this is a little janky here because we got a bunch of extra SATA connectors, but we're gonna plug it in right there. Now, ideally, we would take this guy right here and we'd cable manage properly. I'm not gonna do it properly. Again, this cable, you're not gonna really see this computer. Get these right here, make sure everybody is happy. Everybody's happy? No one's happy, let's be real. Tuck you up here. Just gonna make a little room right here so that when I can press it and it's not gonna have a lump. So that looks like it's gonna be good right there. And let's just take a final look to make sure everything's connected, everything's screwed in. Yeah, so let's see if it boots up. Hopefully it does. If not, then I'm throwing this thing away and buying my dad a new computer. Buy him an iBuyPower. One last final look at our work of art before we button it up and it goes on to its forever home. And there it is. That is a no bullshit case. This is a case meant for function over form. Now we'll see how the temps are, and then we will bring it to my Faja. All right, moment of truth, ladies and gents. We have power, we have light. Oh, I saw a little light. Reset button, we'll find out if that works in a second.
Wow, it's so quiet.
Oh wow, it really is quiet though.
It's too quiet. Why am I not pasted right in between your brother and yourself?
Please, editor, put Lupe right here. Please. Okay, looks like we're working. We got Wi-Fi, and for the temps, we'll do that. So under full load using Cinebench, we are only at 62.6 C, and the highest I got was 63 C. So this baby is nice and quiet. It does its job. Very quiet. You can't even hear the fans either, and I have it on max. So that's great. This is truly a be quiet case.
Yes. I shall not give you warning.
Geez, I'm getting skinny. I need to drink more milk.
I'm gonna tuck you up.
Is that what you say to the ladies?
Hell yeah.
Excellent. We need a Lupe bingo. Yes, no, boom roasted. That's what she said. We need a connect 4 of things Lupe, common Lupe lines.
No, I'd buy that for $1.
No, you wouldn't. Safely secure.
Stable.
Good thing we checked that last time when we had it here.
Yes.